Hi, I'm Paul from Find My Footwear, and today we're looking at the Brooks Ghost Max 3. Now, the Ghost Max 3 is a very interesting shoe because it sits right in between the Ghost 17 now and the Glycerin 22. So it's one of those shoes that at first glance you kind of wonder who exactly is it aimed for, but as I have come to find with this model, I think it will have a slightly wider appeal in this latest update, and I'm going to explain why I think that. But first of all, let's dive in and look at some of the stats. So the Ghost Max 3 from Brooks weighs in at 10.8 ounces for men and 9.7 ounces in the women's version. That's approximately 306 grams in the men's, 275 grams in the women's. So the weight is very similar to the previous version, the Ghost Max 2. Stack height, 39 millimeters in the heel, 33 millimeters in the forefoot. So again, same as the previous version, and a 6mm drop. It's a maxed cushioned daily trainer. The price remains unchanged as well from the Ghost Max 2. But what has changed? Well, the stack height, the heel drop, and the cushioning material itself is the same, and that's Brooks DNA Loft V3, the nitrogen infused foam. But in this model, we do seem, it does have a slightly softer feel, and I think that's down to a couple of reasons, both the geometry, the outsole pattern, and possibly the way in which the DNA Loft V3 has been manufactured. But it's also a broader base to the shoe, and it feels more stable as well. So from top to bottom. The fits true to size in terms of length. The upper is an engineered kind of mesh construction. This model does feel a little bit rounder. There's a little bit more room in the toe box. You can see it is rounder. It's got quite a round, more foot-shaped last, shall we say. Now, it fits a little bit wider. That said, it's just got a little bit more wiggle room. Perhaps if you normally go for a 2E, the wide version in the men's, you might get away with the D in the Ghost Max 3. Give it a try. It's not especially wide, but it's certainly wider than a lot of other Brooks models. Okay, so, you know, a little bit roomier. Lots of padding in the tongue. It's very plush upper. It's quite a thicker padded type upper in the Ghost Max 3. Breathability isn't an issue, but the shoe just feels a little bit bigger on the foot. There's certainly more bulk there. It is max stack, max cushion at 39mm. It's broader footprint as well. It is neutral, but your foot sits within it a little bit. It doesn't have the usual guide rails, although we've got a little bit of a nod on the medial side under the arch towards Brooks guide rails, but it is technically speaking a neutral shoe. The tongue isn't gusseted, but it's got the little lace loops to keep it in place. Lots of padding in the tongue, but very thick. Look at the kind of attention to detail here. That's kind of embossed into the tongue, and you've got the well padded ankle collar and Achilles tab. It kind of rolls over the top, the seams on the outside, so it reduces any possible irritation. The midsole. Okay, so we've got that 39mm stack, 33 in the forefoot, 6mm drop, DNA Loft V3. It is the same stuff, but somehow it feels a little bit softer. It just seems to squash a little bit easier than the previous version. Is that because of the outsole? More grooves in the outsole on the Ghost Max 3. That makes it roll forward a little bit easier, and I think that contributes to the softer feel of the shoe. Lots of rubber coverage, very thick rubber coverage here, but again, there's a kind of a soft, it squidges a little bit when you press it by hand, so I think that contributes to it feeling a little bit softer overall. It does feel very stable. It's got this glide ride geometry, steep groove throughout the length of the shoe. It is a little bit straighter lasted. You can see here the medial side under the arch a little bit straighter, not quite as curved as other shoes, so it does keep it very stable. Who's it for? Perhaps the heavier runner, the heavier neutral runner will like this shoe. It is very stable, but that said, it runs very smoothly. The geometry, we've got a nice smooth rocker to the forefoot as well. It rolls along. It's not a shoe to pick the pace up in. It is for easy miles. If you like the feeling of that nitrogen infused foam, it's a very durable feeling as well. A little bit of pop to it in the forefoot, but you just want a shoe for steady miles, a real workhorse model, it may be the shoe for you. Of course, you've got the Ghost Max, the regular Ghost 17 rather, also on sale now, which feels a little bit lighter and a little bit more nimble. You've also got the Glycerin, which has got the DNA tuned nitrogen foam, so softer in the heel, springier in the forefoot. So it does sit right in the middle. Like I say, I think it might be suited to heavier runners, more stability. If you don't need a support shoe, you just want a very stable, durable, hard-wearing, everyday neutral cushion shoe, Ghost Max 3 from Bucks. Give it a look, give it a try. Any questions, pop them down below as usual. Please subscribe. We'd like more subscribers. We're getting lots of views on the videos. More subscribers would be really helpful. But thanks again for watching. Bucks, Ghost Max 3.